Vishwamitra, also called Kaushika, ruled over the whole of earth. Because of his deep meditation and prowess, he was elevated from a Rajrishi or king sage to a Brahma Rishi or true sage and became one of the most venerated rishis of ancient India. Vashishta, one of the 7 great rishis, is among the oldest and most revered Vedic sages. Maharshi Vashishta possessed a cow called Nandini who could provide all that was wished of her. King Kaushika, on seeing the cow, wished to possess her and asked Vashishta to give her up. On being refused, he attacked Vashishta and his hermitage but was defeated by Vashishta's divine power born out of penance. Fully humbled and wanting to emulate Vashishta, Kaushika did severe penance and eventually became the sage Vishwamitra. He went to greet Vashishta but with pride in his heart at his newfound status of sage. Vashishta blessed him and suddenly all pride and desire left Vishwamitra's heart. On detecting this change of heart, Vashishta embraced him and their enmity ended instantly. Sage Vishwamitra once engaged in great austerities and penance in the search of absolute knowledge. Lord Indra, king of gods, grew suspicious and fearful of the consequence of this, fearing that he might lose his throne. To put obstacles in Vishwamitra's penance, Indra sent Manaka, his most beautiful Apsara or divine court dancer, to seduce and distract Vishwamitra. Manaka descended from heaven to earth and tried to tempt Vishwamitra by performing various charming dances and songs. Eventually, Vishwamitra fell to the lure of her beauty and youthful attraction, and his penance was broken. They got married, and a beautiful daughter was born to them, whom they named Shakuntala. Having completed her mission, Manaka left for her abode in heaven. Vishwamitra decided to head for the forest to renew his pursuit of knowledge and renunciation. He handed over the newborn baby to the sage Kanva, head of a forest hermitage. Under Kanva's fatherly love and care, Shakuntala grew up as a beautiful but simple lady. Once, the great king of the region, King Dushyant, happened to pass by Kanva's hermitage. Here he caught a glimpse of Shakuntala and immediately fell in love with her. The king proposed to Shakuntala and they were married in secret. Dushyanta stayed overnight and left for his capital Hastinapur the following day, promising Shakuntala that he would soon send for her. He gave his precious ring to his wife, cautioning her not to lose it. Having returned to Hastinapur, Dushyanta got caught up with the immediate affairs of the kingdom, thus relegating his promise of sending for Shakuntala for a later date. In the hermitage, Shakuntala realized that she was now pregnant and started to panic that people would soon realize that she was pregnant out of the wedlock because Dushyanta had not yet sent for her. One day, a powerful rishi, Durvasa, came to the hermitage. Shakuntala was lost in her worries and failed to greet him properly. Incensed by this sight, the rishi cursed Shakuntala, saying that the person she was dreaming about would forget about her altogether. On being informed by one of Shakuntala's friends about the cause of Shakuntala's distraction, Durvasa realized that his extreme wrath was not warranted and modified his curse, saying that the curse would be lifted the moment Shakuntala showed a personal token given to her by the person she was dreaming about. Once Sage Kanva found out about what had inspired in his absence, he decided to send Shakuntala to her husband, King Dushyanta, where she should be accepted as his queen. Dressed in the most beautiful silk attire, Shakuntala left in a ferry boat for Hastinapur. Charmed by the deep blue water of the river, she ran her fingers through the water and unknown to her, the ring slipped off her finger. A fish soon swallowed the ring. On reaching Dushyanta's court, she found him to have forgotten her completely owing to Durvasa Rishi's curse. Hoping to show him the ring and remind him of her, she reached out to remove the ring but found it missing. She had to return to her hermitage with her hopes dashed. After Dushyanta failed to recognize Shakuntala, her mother Menaka took Shakuntala to heaven where she gave birth to Bharat. There is a second narrative in which Shakuntala, ashamed to return to her father's home, started living alone in another part of the forest where she gave birth Bharat. He grew to be a brave boy, playing with the wild animals of the forest. He is said to have opened the mouths of tigers and lions to count their teeth. Shakuntala raised him as a prince. In the meantime, a fisherman caught a fish and found a precious ring with the royal seal in its belly. On being shown the ring, Dushanta's memories of Shakuntala returned immediately and he repented profusely for his actions. Dushyanta immediately set out to look for Shakuntala in Kanva's hermitage, but she was no longer there. Searching deeper in the forest, he found a young boy counting the teeth of a lion through its open mouth. Amazed by the boy's courage, Dushyanta asked for his introduction. The boy replied that he was Bharat, the son of King Dushyanta. Thereafter, Dushyanta requested Bharat to lead him to Shakuntala. Dushyanta asked for Shakuntala's forgiveness, which she extended to him. The family was united and Dushyanta took Shakuntala and Bharat along with him to Hastinapur. Bharat grew up to become a great king, after whom India got her ancient name.